Welcome back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. Thank you so much for stopping by. These are general messages, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The overall energy is this profession. I do feel like this whole message is going to pertain to your work life. And it feels karmic-y. It feels like this is something that you've outgrown. It's like they put too much weight on you. It's like they expected you to do everything. And it really disturbed your peace, just in a general sense, okay? So when I originally was getting these cards out and shuffling and doing the whole thing, for some reason, I felt drawn to go back and grab the box. And when I did, this card was still inside, this perseverance card. And I don't find that to be a coincidence at all. And really what I'm getting from this is there's definitely energies out here that don't want you to persevere. They don't want you to overcome all the challenges and obstacles. And again, with this profession, it's like they don't want you to reach success. And it feels like a whole lot coming out with this. But yeah, it's like people don't want you to reach success. But the abundance that you're cultivating right now is yours, So let's pull a couple more. That was quick. Robbery, Once again, people don't want you to be successful. And in a lot of ways, I feel like you already are successful. I mean, you're multi-talented. You have a lot of skills. You create things. And it's like they want what you have. But they don't want to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one more. Collaboration. Okay. I feel like this is divine collaboration right here. But we'll get into that in a second. I want to go ahead and pull tarot. Spirit, tell us more about this profession energy. Yeah, whatever this is, it was blocking you somehow, or is blocking you somehow. I'm getting both energies. For some of you, this could be something that still lingers. For others of you, I feel like this is something you've already started to move away from. You already saw this as an obstacle. Yeah. So there definitely was a moment for you where it's like you looked around at everything you were doing, all of the energy that you were putting in. And, there's people in your work environment that just want to block the beautiful things that are coming into your life right now. These are people that don't want to see you go anywhere, that want to see you in this lack, mental and heartache, state of being. These people just don't want you to have any type of peace, okay? And it says a lot about them. It shows how insecure these people really are. It even shows, if they even spent a fraction of that time that they spend hating on you, focused on their own life, maybe they would be in a different energy. Maybe they wouldn't be, sitting there beating themselves up about your success. Because that's really what it is. It's whoever these people are that are around you. And this doesn't necessarily have to be people. This could be like the work environment as a whole. Okay, so I'm not ruling that out either. Nonetheless, this was holding you back. And there's people that wanted to see you held back. The thing is I feel like you have let this go. I do. I feel like you have already let this go. What was this? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You definitely have let this go. And if not completely, you're in the process of that right now. And the reason why is because, you are reaching for peace. You are reaching for that balance, And while this feels like a bold move, your energy is like it's unshakable. And that bothers people. It bothers people the fact that you can take leaps of faith. It bothers people that, you're not afraid to go towards your dreams and your desires and take chances at life. These people are afraid to do that. These people want to get things the easy way. These people don't want to put in the work. They'd rather just take it from somebody else. I mean, these are very low vibrational, insecure people, or a work environment in general. Okay? And you have this level of gratitude about you that I feel like they just don't understand. They just don't understand. It's like no matter what they throw at you, no matter how much they try to beat you down, things always end up turning in your favor. You're grateful for the experience, good or bad, I mean, if it's bad, you find the silver lining. You turn it into a good thing. You alchemize that shit. Again, this could just be a whole environment. It doesn't necessarily have to be people within this environment, but I am getting energies just in general here that just really don't want to see you successful. This Nine of Wands energy, that's that perseverance energy. That was that card that wanted to stay behind. That it's people don't want you to persevere. People want to rob you of your peace, or this job wants to rob you of your peace. Again, put yourself where you belong, however it resonates. And you're over here just finding the little joys in life and keeping your balance. You're starting something new. And with the Strength card, it very much feels like a new endeavor. Like you've maybe ended this cycle, ended this job, whatever it was, it left you in a low vibration. And it's like you're learning how to walk again. And that's giving me the energy of you're stepping into something brand new, a new adventure. Something that will bring some sort of fulfillment. Look, Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. And there is something adventurous about this new endeavor. I mean, aside from the fact that it's new, there's a level of joy that comes with this, as well as peace. Maintaining that balance is incredibly important in all areas, okay? And this being a situation over here that ultimately was trying to affect your health is what I'm getting. That's where the divine is coming in to collaborate. This is where you're getting help with not just this new endeavor, but the clarity of this situation as well. Your health is divinely protected. So things that come up that want to have some sort of effect, whether it be on your physical health, your emotional health, or your mental health, the divine is on top of that shit. Because there's something about your health that is extremely protected. Yeah, victory. Because you're meant to be successful. You're meant to be happy. You're meant to be in a good place. And if that means, the divine is having to come through and put endings to things, then that's what the divine's going to do, because ultimately that's what's good for your health. That's what's good for your future. That's what is helping you transform, into this butterfly energy, an energy that you're going to be able to have this sense of freedom. Yeah, look, this Nine of Swords, this is the energy that you were in. This is the energy that people want to keep you in. That's that anxiety, that's worry. It's like a living fucking nightmare. And that's not the energy you're supposed to be in. I mean, just look at this. It's like night and day difference. This is bad health. This is good health, I mean, so the divine has stepped in here. And I feel like the divine is also doing a lot of things behind the scenes that you just don't know anything about. They're really fighting some sort of battles here for you. They have your back 100%. Because you're meant to be successful. It doesn't get any more clear. You're meant to be successful. And this very much feels like entrepreneur. Be your own boss. And I just had a reading like this, I think yesterday, or yeah, I think it was yesterday. You know? So this is definitely just even more clarification about that. And if going on this endeavor alone, you know, yes, you have your spiritual team supporting you, but like in this physical world, if embracing this alone is what needs to happen, that's what you're willing to do, because you're also very knowing that you are supported divinely. You have felt guided throughout this entire thing. You have the clarity. You've been given the clarity. You know, and now it's time for, you know, you to be taken care of. That could be very specific for somebody, you know. Maybe you're the one that's always been taking care of everybody else, always doing everything for everybody. Well, now it's your turn. You know, Spirit, is there anything else? No? I mean, I feel like this was a very short message, but it was so clear. I mean, it was so clear. Keep persevering, really, is the energy here, you know? Keep pushing through, because that's the energy that is retaliating against you right now. It's the energy of wanting to keep you stuck, wanting to hold you back, wanting you to constantly go through struggle and not be well. And that's not in the lineup. That's not in your cards, you know? So you're being extremely protected energetically, you know? And the reason why is because now is your time. You know, you've been through enough and you've put in the work. You're prioritizing what is actually important, and you're going to be given assistance with that. So let's pull a final message. You know, keep pushing through. And people want to see you fail. And just because we fall doesn't mean we can't get back up, right? You know, so persevere. There's always going to be challenges, but there's nothing that you can't overcome. I feel like you've overcome some of the biggest hurdles already. So, final message, please. Quit yapping over here. All right, so we got 2. Power of prayer. Give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are waiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. I don't know why I struggled so much to read that last little half. And then ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking others to help, to assist you. Okay, again, you're being very supported. And I'm getting that, you know, if this is a project or if this is something where you do need outside help, you know, for this to flourish, pray about it, you know, send that request up there, because the divine will align people to help you. People that will truly, you know, support you in this endeavor. Either way, though, even if this is something that you can embrace on your own, you are so supported, so supported. And again, the divine's been guiding you through all of this. You know, you're in a very beautiful energy. So this whole message is about just keep pushing through. You know, if you feel energies kind of fighting back against you, it's because you're getting closer and closer to this success, this victory. And this is just a victory in life, okay? This isn't just about work. This is just life in general. So I think this was a good message, you know, keep pushing through. I hope it resonated, and until next time, bye.